The wizarding world is brimming with mysterious objects, each imbued with layers of magic, history, and meaning. Few artifacts, however, spark as much curiosity as the sorting hat and the Horcrux. At first glance, they may seem worlds apart. One a battered, eccentric hat, the other a tool for dark immortality. But what if these two artifacts share more than a superficial connection? Both contain fragments of a soul, both exhibit extraordinary autonomy, and both raise profound questions about the nature of magic and identity. Today, we'll dive into this intriguing parallel, unraveling how the sorting hat might be more akin to a Horcrux than anyone realized. To understand the sorting hat's potential link to a Horcrux, we must first delve into its creation. Crafted by Godric Gryffindor, the sorting hat was not merely enchanted with a charm or two, it was imbued with a sliver of consciousness, possibly even a fragment of the collective essence of Hogwarts founders. This magical infusion gave the hat its remarkable ability to analyze the thoughts, desires, and values of young witches and wizards, ensuring they were placed into the house best suited to their potential. The sorting hat's peculiar autonomy, its capacity to think, speak, and even sing, points to something more profound than standard enchantment. It carries within it the personality of Gryffindor himself, but it also retains the wisdom of all four founders. Could this be a form of light soul magic? A deliberate counterpoint to the dark magic that creates a Horcrux? After all, soul magic, whether light or dark, requires immense skill and a willingness to bind one's essence to an object. Now, let's consider the Horcrux. Created through an act of profound evil, a Horcrux houses a fractured piece of its creator's soul, ensuring their survival even if their body is destroyed. The key here is the use of soul magic, a deeply personal and volatile form of enchantment that ties the object and its creator inextricably together. This fragment of the soul grants the Horcrux a level of sentience which we see in Tom Riddle's diary, Helga Hufflepuff's cup, and other Horcruxes throughout Voldemort's story. While the sorting hat lacks the malicious intent of a Horcrux, the parallels are undeniable. Both artifacts are, in a sense, alive. They possess knowledge and insight beyond what a normal object could achieve. Could the sorting hat's sentience, like that of a Horcrux, stem from a fragment of its creator's soul? If so, this would place the hat in a rare category of magical objects, where the essence of a being becomes permanently tied to the physical world. Intense is a fundamental distinction between the two. A Horcrux is born from violence and selfishness. Its creation demands murder and the deliberate fracturing of the soul. The sorting hat, by contrast, appears to be the product of a harmonious collaboration, a union of the founder's will and their desire to guide future generations. Its creation likely involved a voluntary sharing of essence, devoid of the malevolent energy that defines Horcrux making. Yet this raises a question: does intent change the nature of soul magic? Could even the lightest use of this magic leave traces of its user's soul behind, forever altering the object in question? The sorting hat's ability to know Hogwarts students and recall centuries of history suggests that it may indeed carry the founder's essence in a way that echoes a Horcrux. We cannot ignore the sorting hat's independent thought. Beyond its initial purpose of sorting, the hat has intervened in pivotal moments of Hogwarts history. It encouraged Neville Longbottom to draw the sword of Gryffindor during the Battle of Hogwarts, and it sang songs of warning when the school faced times of peril. These actions suggest a deep connection to the values and memories of its creators, reminiscent of the way Voldemort's diary preserved a teenage version of himself. Could the hat's extraordinary autonomy be evidence that its creators left more than mere enchantments within its seams? If so, its resemblance to a Horcrux becomes even more pronounced, an object carrying the imprint of a soul, capable of influencing the world around it. As we peel back the layers of these parallels, one question looms large. What does the sorting hat's nature tell us about the boundaries of soul magic in the wizarding world? Could the founders have unwittingly pioneered a form of magic that Voldemort later corrupted? Or was their creation always intended as a testament to the positive potential of such enchantments? In the next segment, we'll explore these questions, delving into the ethical and magical implications of tying a fragment of one's essence to an object. The Sorting Hat's uncanny similarity to a Horcrux brings us to a fascinating ethical debate. Is it ever acceptable to bind a piece of one's essence to an object, even for noble purposes? In the case of the Sorting Hat, the founders of Hogwarts seem to believe it was. They harnessed their collective wisdom, their ideals, and perhaps even fragments of their souls, creating a sentient artifact to guide future generations. This stands in stark contrast to Voldemort's Horcruxes, which are steeped in violence, cruelty, and the desire for eternal power. But the Sorting Hat's origins prompt us to consider whether the act of splitting one's essence, however willingly, carries unintended consequences. We know from Dumbledore's teachings that tampering with the soul is inherently dangerous, even in acts of selflessness. Could the founders have inadvertently laid the groundwork for a form of magic that Voldemort later exploited? Or does the Sorting Hat represent a purer, untainted use of soul magic that Voldemort twisted to suit his darker purposes? Soul magic is an ancient and enigmatic branch of magic, shrouded in mystery even in the wizarding world. The creation of Horcruxes is well documented as the darkest manifestation of this art. But it's far from the only one. The Pensieve, for example, offers a gentler form of memory extraction, allowing wizards to temporarily separate pieces of their consciousness for reflection or preservation. Similarly, enchanted portraits, like those of former Hogwarts headmasters, retain the essence of their subjects, providing insight and advice long after their creators have passed. The Sorting Hat fits neatly into this lineage of magical artifacts, occupying a middle ground between the benign and the forbidden. Unlike a Pensieve, it is more than a repository of memories. It possesses genuine intelligence and agency. Unlike a Horcrux, it lacks the malevolence of a shattered soul. This ambiguity makes the Hat a unique artifact, one that challenges our understanding of what is possible and permissible in the realm of soul magic. For that reason, it is a visible landmark of knowledge and understanding of what is possible and permissible in the realm of soul magic. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Sorting Hat is the question of how much of the founders' personalities and consciousness it retains. Over the centuries, the Hat has displayed a remarkable ability to adapt, interpreting the changing values of each generation while remaining true to its original purpose. This adaptability hints at an underlying complexity. The Hat doesn't merely parrot the founders' ideals, it actively interprets them. Does this mean that fragments of Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw's consciousnesses remain embedded within it? If so, are they aware of their continued existence? Or has their essence been distilled into something new? The Sorting Hat's behavior suggests that it operates independently, yet its deep understanding of the founders' values implies a lasting connection to their original intent. This duality mirrors the behavior of Horcruxes, which often reflect their creators' desires while acting with a mind of their own. Another point of comparison lies in the way both the Sorting Hat and Horcruxes exert influence over the world around them. A Horcrux is inherently manipulative, preying on the vulnerabilities of those who encounter it. Tom Riddle's diary, for instance, seduced Ginny Weasley, exploiting her insecurities and using her as a pawn in Voldemort's scheme. The Sorting Hat, on the other hand, wields its influence in a far more benevolent manner. By placing students into the houses where they are most likely to thrive, it shapes the trajectory of their lives and, by extension, the future of the wizarding world. Yet even this influence is not without its complications. Consider Harry Potter's sorting. The Hat nearly placed him in Slytherin, sensing his ambition and resourcefulness. Ultimately, it deferred to Harry's choice, demonstrating a rare respect for free will. This act of deference suggests that, while the Hat may carry the founder's essence, it prioritizes the individuality of those it serves. Both the Sorting Hat and Horcruxes highlight the duality inherent in soul magic, its capacity for both creation and destruction, enlightenment and corruption. The Hat represents the best of what soul magic can achieve, a tool that empowers and uplifts. Horcruxes, by contrast, embody its darkest potential, offering a distorted path to immortality at the cost of one's humanity. This duality mirrors a central theme of the Harry Potter series, the choices that define us. Just as the Sorting Hat allows students to choose their path, wizards and witches who dabble in soul magic must decide how they wield its power. Will they use it to preserve wisdom, as the Founders did, or to perpetuate their own existence, as Voldemort did? The parallels between the Hat and Horcruxes serve as a poignant reminder that the line between light and dark magic is often thinner than it seems. As we continue, we'll explore the broader implications of these parallels for the wizarding world. How does the Sorting Hat challenge our understanding of sentient objects? What does its existence reveal about the Founders' vision for Hogwarts? And what lessons can we draw from its ethical use of soul magic? Let's delve deeper into the Hat's legacy and the role it plays in the ever-evolving narrative of the wizarding world. The Sorting Hat's sentience is perhaps its most puzzling feature. Unlike other magical objects, which typically operate within the boundaries of their enchantments, the Hat exhibits creativity, autonomy, and even a sense of humor. This positions it as a unique entity in the wizarding world, straddling the line between a tool and a living being. But what does its existence reveal about the magic that created it, and how does it compare to the autonomy of Horcruxes? Horcruxes, too, are self-aware, though their intelligence is far more sinister. Tom Riddle's diary, for instance, did not merely record Voldemort's thoughts, it actively sought to manipulate and control those who interacted with it. Similarly, the Locket Horcrux tormented Harry, Ron, and Hermione with visions and insecurities, demonstrating a predatory cunning. The Sorting Hat, in contrast, wields its autonomy to fulfill a purpose that is fundamentally altruistic, helping students discover their true potential. This altruism can stem from the Founders' intent. Unlike a Horcrux, which is an extension of its creator's will to dominate, the Hat was imbued with the Founders' desire to nurture and guide. Its actions are not merely programmed responses, but dynamic decisions shaped by centuries of accumulated wisdom. Could this mean the Hat's sentience has evolved over time, becoming something more than the sum of its creators? And if so, does this evolution suggest a form of consciousness that is independent of the soul fragment that may reside within it? The Sorting Hat's existence is also a testament to the unique collaboration between the four founders of Hogwarts. Each brought their own values and perspectives to the school, shaping its identity in profound ways. Gryffindor championed bravery, Slytherin prized ambition, Ravenclaw celebrated intellect, and Hufflepuff valued loyalty and fairness. Together they created not only a magical institution, but a system for preserving their ideals long after they were gone. The Sorting Hat embodies this vision, serving as a living embodiment of the Founders' unity. It carries their collective wisdom, ensuring that their values continue to guide the students of Hogwarts. This contrasts sharply with Horcruxes, which are inherently solitary creations. A Horcrux isolates a fragment of its creator's soul, severing it from the whole in an act of profound selfishness. The Hat, by contrast, unites the essence of four individuals into a single entity, reflecting the collaborative spirit that defined Hogwarts' founding. This unity raises an intriguing question. Could the Sorting Hat represent a positive Horcrux, an object created through the voluntary sharing of soul magic rather than its violent theft? If so, it would stand as proof that even the most complex and dangerous forms of magic can be harnessed for good when guided by noble intentions. Another fascinating aspect of the Sorting Hat's magic is its connection to Godric Gryffindor's sword. The sword can be summoned from the Hat by a true Gryffindor in times of need, as demonstrated by both Harry Potter and Neville Longbottom. This partnership hints at a deeper layer of the Hat's enchantments, suggesting that it serves not only as a guide, but as a guardian of Gryffindor's legacy. This dual role underscores the Hat's resemblance to a Horcrux. Like a Horcrux, the Hat is more than a repository of its creator's essence. It is a vessel of power, capable of influencing the physical world. Yet the Hat's power is wielded selflessly, in service of those who demonstrate the qualities its creators admired. This stands in stark contrast to the destructive force of Horcruxes, which seek to bend the world to their creator's will. The Hat's connection to the sword also raises questions about the nature of its enchantments. Did Gryffindor imbue the hat with a piece of his own soul, ensuring that his sword would remain accessible to those who embody his values? Or is the hat's ability to summon the sword a reflection of a deeper bond between the founder's magical creations? Either way, this partnership highlights the complexity of the hat's magic and its unique place in wizarding lore. In many ways, the Sorting Hat serves as a microcosm of Hogwarts. Like the school, it is a product of collaboration, blending the strengths of its creators into a unified whole. It reflects the values and priorities of the founders, shaping the lives of those who pass through its doors. And like Hogwarts, it is a place where light and dark coexist, where choices define one's path, and where the potential for greatness lies within everyone. This parallel reinforces the idea that the hat is more than a magical object. It is a symbol of what Hogwarts represents. Its ability to guide students, adapt to changing times, and uphold the founder's legacy makes it a cornerstone of the wizarding world. Yet its similarities to a Horcrux also remind us of the fine line between light and dark magic, and the importance of using power responsibly. As we approach the conclusion of our exploration, it's time to consider the larger implications of the Sorting Hat's existence. What does its creation tell us about the ethics of magical innovation? How does its unique blend of sentience and altruism challenge our understanding of the soul? And what lessons can we draw from its parallels to Horcruxes about the choices that define us? In the final segment, we'll bring these threads together, reflecting on the enduring legacy of the Sorting Hat and its place in the Harry Potter universe. The Sorting Hat's creation offers a rare glimpse into the ethical complexities of magical innovation. Unlike the dark art of Horcrux making, which sacrifices morality for immortality, the hat was crafted to serve a purpose, grounded in unity and guidance. Its parallels to Horcruxes force us to confront a central question: is it ever acceptable to manipulate the soul, even for noble reasons? Dumbledore famously warned against meddling with the soul, emphasizing its sacred, indivisible nature. Yet the Sorting Hat suggests that soul magic, when approached with care and collaboration, can achieve extraordinary results. The founders' collective effort demonstrates that magic, like any form of power, is neither inherently good nor evil. It is the intent behind its use that defines its morality. By binding their essence to the heart, the founders left behind not just their wisdom, but a legacy of shared responsibility, one that continues to shape the wizarding world. This ethical distinction serves as a counterpoint to the creation of Horcruxes, where intent is twisted by greed and fear. While the hat enriches the lives of others, Horcruxes exploit and destroy. The Sorting Hat, then, stands as a testament to the idea that even the most profound forms of magic can uplift rather than corrupt when wielded selflessly. The Sorting Hat's parallels to a Horcrux also highlight an important theme within the Harry Potter series: the enduring power of legacy. The founders of Hogwarts did not simply create a school. They forged a living institution, one that reflects their ideals and continues to evolve with each generation. The hat is both a symbol and a tool of this legacy, carrying their values into the future. This legacy is particularly poignant when contrasted with Voldemort's attempts to create his own. Through his Horcruxes, Voldemort sought to achieve a twisted form of immortality, scattering fragments of his soul in a desperate bid to defy death. Yet these fragments did not preserve his essence. They corrupted and diminished it, reducing him to something less than human. The Sorting Hat, by contrast, exemplifies a legacy built on collaboration and selflessness. It ensures that the founders' influence endures not through domination, but through guidance. By investing a part of themselves in the hat, the founders embraced their mortality, trusting that their values would outlive them through the generations of students who passed through Hogwarts. Perhaps the most significant way in which the Sorting Hat differs from a Horcrux is its respect for choice. While Horcruxes impose their creator's will on others, the hat allows students to shape their own destinies. It evaluates their qualities, but it also listens to their desires, granting them agency in a process that is deeply personal, set apart from the rest. Agency they regard as the destiny. Even in sort of miracles, where the Horcruxes impose their creator's will on others, the hat allows students to shape their own destinies. It evaluates their qualities, but is deeply personal. Harry Potter's experience during his soaring is a perfect example. Although the hat saw the potential for greatness in Slytherin, it honored Harry's wish to be placed in Gryffindor, setting him on the path to becoming the hero the wizarding world needed. This respect for choice is a recurring theme in the Harry Potter series, reflecting the idea that our decisions define who we are. The Sorting Hat embodies this principle, offering guidance without coercion. In doing so, it represents the best of what magic can achieve: empowerment, wisdom, and the ability to inspire greatness in others. In the end, the Sorting Hat occupies a unique position in the wizarding world. It bridges the gap between light and dark magic, embodying the potential for soul magic to be used responsibly. Its parallels to Horcruxes remind us of the thin line between creation and corruption, while its altruistic purpose demonstrates that even the most powerful magic can be a force for good. The hat's existence also challenges our understanding of what it means to be alive. Is the hat merely a tool, or has it evolved into something more, a conscious being with its own identity? This question reflects the broader mysteries of the Harry Potter universe, where the boundaries between magic, life, and the soul are often blurred. Ultimately, the Sorting Hat is more than just a magical artifact. It is a symbol of Hogwarts itself, a testament to the founder's vision and a reminder of the choices that shape our lives. Its parallels to Horcruxes enrich its significance, inviting us to reflect on the power of legacy, the ethics of magical innovation, and the enduring importance of collaboration and selflessness. As we conclude this exploration, it's clear that the Sorting Hat is far more than a quirky, talking piece of clothing. Its similarities to a Horcrux reveal the complexity of magical creation, while its differences highlight the ethical and moral choices that define the wizarding world. The hat is a beacon of hope, a symbol of unity, and a reminder that magic, at its best, is a force for good. In its weathered brim and enchanted seams, the Sorting Hat carries the legacy of Hogwarts founders, offering wisdom and guidance to all who don it. And as we ponder its connection to Horcruxes, we are reminded of the series' central message, that the choices we make, not the circumstances we inherit, define who we are. Just as the hat empowers each student to choose their path, so too does it challenge us to consider the paths we take and the legacies we leave behind.